Hey yeah, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Ria Solanki, and in this video we're gonna be revising our NEET ka syllabus from the very beginning. A happy Monday. NEET का syllabus is widely huge and revision is must. So I cleaned my bed, set up my study table. I borrowed this laptop from my friend and मैंने कल रात को आधा atomic structure का one shot देखा था, तो उसी को सबसे पहले I am completing. So I am focusing more on physical chemistry nowadays. एंड मुझे फिज़िक्स के बाद फिज़िकल केमिस्ट्री ही टफ लगती है जस्ट बिकॉज इट्स कैलकुलेशन एंड बहुत सारे फार्मूले. सो एनीवे आई वाज सीइंग दिस वन शॉट लेक्चर फ्रॉम सुधांशु सर एंड हियर आई वाज कंप्लीटिंग माय लेक्चर एंड आल्सो राइटिंग डाउन द शॉर्ट नोट्स सो दैट आई कैन रिवाइज देम लेटर. So it was quite a long lecture, so it took me some time also to write everything down. मैं question भी solve कर रही थी and also theory का part I was writing it in short form so that I can revise it later. Also I was having बादाम साइड में ताकि दिमाग में मेरे कुछ चला जाए. And उस दिन राम मंदिर की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हुई थी and everything happened. So मैं जहाँ रहती हूँ उसके बाजू में there was a राम मंदिर. So हम लोग वहाँ गए थे and then we came back and I again saw half of the lecture. So by the time of 12 p.m. I got done with that lecture and then I had my lunch. I've come to my friend's place again. So here I was studying physics kinematics, so usme bhi I was revising from the very beginning. Kinematics was ultimately divided into two parts. The first one was one dimension and the second one was projectile motion. So I was just rewriting the theory sabse pehle and uske baad there were a lot of MCQs also. So I solved half of them and that is what I did, and then you see me snacking over here and then I came back to my hostel. आई वॉज क्रेविंग सो मच फॉर भेल, तो हम भेल वालों के पास गए तो वो ठेला बंद था. देन आई वॉज क्रेविंग फॉर गाजर का हलवा, तो वो भी नहीं था. एंड फाइनली वॉट आई हैव इन माई हैंड्स इज दिस द लाइफ गाइज. सो आई डिड माई स्किन केयर एंड शाम को इतना सारा टाइम वेस्ट करने के बाद फाइनली इट्स अबाउट 9 PM एंड वी आर बैक ऑन अवर स्टडी टेबल टू sit and study. So what I'm going to do is watch the one shot video for more concept, which is basically like for revision. It is 7 hour long guys. Let us see हम कब तक सुधांशु सर के साथी बन सकते हैं. So again I watched mole concept. So I watched the lecture till about 11:30 PM and yeah, उस time तक जितना देखा जा सकता था उतना देखा because I was tired the whole day and then I slept. I'm showered and clean and I had my milk also, and now I'll start to watch my mole concept का lecture. So before starting up the mole concept, पता नहीं मेरे को अचानक से मन किया कि I want to read a few pages of Bhagavad Gita. So I took out my book of Bhagavad Gita and उसमें से I read about 4 pages. By the way, I am the 6th adhyaya of it, which is called Dhyan Yoga. So I was reading about the focus. And yeah, that's it. And after getting done with it, I resumed watching the lecture of my mole concept. It was a fresh new morning and morning में कोई भी नहीं था रूम में and I was like, oh god, finally I have all the time and everything, and it was quite fresh, not too cold, not too warm, and quite ambient temperature also, so it was good mood to study. I started till about 1 PM and then I took a lunch break. We'll have our lunch now. So uske baad I took a nap about of an hour in the afternoon and then I started to study. Guess who wasted her time so much and now she regrets so much. So my evening hours were not that productive. After having my dinner, I wanted to do a few chapters of biology. So I decided that I'll do this 5 chapters and then I'll sleep. So I started up by reading and studying biological classification. So many, if you can see the corner part mein, I've written the main points also जो मैं usually भूल जाती हूँ. So I was focusing more on those parts. So after I was done with biological classification, the next chapter that I shifted to is plant kingdom. All of these chapters are based on examples, so learning examples were very important. So I went quite slow and studied them thoroughly. I also had my music on, that was instrumental music, so I don't fall asleep apparently because कब से पढ़े ही जा रही हूँ. So after getting done with it, I got to the next chapter, that is animal kingdom. Animal kingdom का again my core data part के examples are थोड़े बहुत weak, so I focused more on that part. It's time for us to know our weaknesses also, so it's important कि जो आता है वो ना पढ़ के जो नहीं आता है उस पर we focus more. So yeah, I was doing this animal kingdom वाला part and then I shifted to cell, the unit of life. This was a very basic chapter, so I got done with it in nearly about 30 to 40 minutes के बीच में I completed this whole chapter. So yeah. I was studying without any break. I was just having my slow music, instrumental music on, and that kept me focused also. And then I started with the last chapter for the day, that is cell cycle and division. So पढ़ते पढ़ते then I was very exhausted. मुझे इसके बाद और एक आध दो chapters पढ़ने थे, but I couldn't do it, so I just did it. I started till about 1:30 a.m. and then I slept. And that is it for the Tuesday, you guys. And you can see how exhausted I was, and yeah, I was just drowned. वेलकम टू अ वेडनेसडे मॉर्निंग यू गाइज. सो कल मैं मोल कॉन्सेप्ट देखते देखते बहुत ज़्यादा थक गई थी, तो उसके बाद आई डिसाइडेड कि मैं बायो के कुछ चैप्टर्स रिवाइज कर रही हूँ. तो रात को मैंने वो लेक्चर नहीं देखा था, ऑफकोर्स एज यू सॉ. एंड नाउ इट्स द फाइनल टच. अभी मैं मोल कॉन्सेप्ट को बैठ के ख़त्म ही कर रही थी. It was quite a long lecture, and by the time of approximately 1:10 p.m. I got done with it. फिर मैंने कपिल शर्मा देखते देखते I had my lunch, and उसके बाद I started with my redox reaction. So redox reaction was quite a small chapter, so मैंने वो complete किया. It was about like 4.5 hours only. So yeah, I started to watch that. So I saw half of its lecture, and uske baad I did my skincare, guys, because skincare is very important. So I had my dinner, मैंने skincare कर लिया. It's almost 10 p.m. and आज का दिन was not उतना productive. I was ill थोड़ा बहुत. So now we'll make sure कि हम रात को अच्छे से we'll have a long night studying. सो एनएमसी ने हमारे नीट के सिलेबस में 2 जानवर ऐड कर दिए हैं, दैट इज़ कॉकरोच एंड फ्रॉग. तो फ्रॉग तो मैंने कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं था, तो उसके लिए आई हैड टू वॉच अ लॉन्ग अच्छा ढंग का लेक्चर. सो आई वॉच समाप्ति मैम का लेक्चर. आई वॉज ऑल्सो मेकिंग थरो नोट्स ऑन दैट ऑल्सो, बिकॉज आई डोंट नो कि फ्रॉग से कहाँ से कैसे क्या क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे. सो या, and I was also ill thoda bahut. I had bad stomachache and backache, so I did it, and by the time of almost 12:30 I got done with the frog part. So once I got done with main duck, it was time for me to land on cockroach. वैसे भी cockroaches nocturnal होते हैं, तो उनको रात को पढ़ना is a better idea. Such a bad joke. So I stopped at 1:30 AM. I was too tired. मैंने अपना लैपटॉप शट डाउन किया, मैंने अपनी बॉडी को भी शट डाउन किया, and that was it for the day. Hello pretty people. So it's a Thursday morning now and कल का बचा हुआ जो हम कॉकरोच था पहले वो कंप्लीट करेंगे, then we'll take a shower. इसके बाद हम अपना रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन कंप्लीट करेंगे till about lunch. I hope मेरा इतना काम हो जाए. So Thursday morning was a fresh one. So I started by watching Cockroach जो मैंने कल रात को हाफ छोड़ा था, तो वहीं से I resumed. So I completed that lecture and उसके बाद मैंने redox reaction भी complete किया. I couldn't shoot it, पता नहीं क्यों मैंने shoot नहीं किया, I don't know. I also completed my redox reaction also. उसके बाद I started up by doing anatomy of flowering plants. I took a small nap in the afternoon and then I started to study. So मैं एकदम नींद में उठ के I was reading it. So I studied half of it chapter and उसके बाद नींद को भगाने के लिए went out with my friends to have a cup of tea and then I came back and resumed and completed my remaining half chapter. उसके बाद मैंने स्टार्ट किया द चैप्टर आई हेट द मोस्ट इन बायोलॉजी, जो मैं लास्ट में भी ना पढ़ूँ बट आई हैड टू डू इट बिकॉज इट वॉज माई वीक कोर. सो दैट इज़ मॉर्फोलॉजी इन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स. जस्ट बिकॉज इट्स वीक आई डिसाइडेड टू वॉच लेक्चर कि सर कुछ ट्रिक्स एंड हैक्स बता दे कि मुझे अच्छे से ढंग से याद हो जाए. इफ़ दिस चैप्टर वुड बी लास्ट ऑन अर्थ मैं स्टिल भी इसको पढ़ना प्रेफर ना करूँ, बट दिस नीट हैज़ टॉर्चर्ड इट सो मच कि ये भी पढ़ना पड़ता है. Hi, so I saw half morphology ka lecture. I had my dinner. Now I'll change into my pajamas back. We'll do our skincare and hopefully by the time of 9:30 PM I'll get back to my seat. हम पहले morphology का chapter will complete and then we'll study physics. It was a 6-hour long lecture. तो I decided कि okay मैं इसको वापस उठाना नहीं चाहती हूँ. So I'll just sit and just complete it once and for all. So I just began motivated. बीच में तो I was exhausted कि मेरे को करना ही नहीं है, but then I motivated myself again and I did it. By the time of 11:30 PM I got done with it and उसके बाद मैंने laws of motion पढ़ा. So I did that chapter and that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you liked it. Like, share and subscribe to this beautiful channel.